Hey, evening people. This is November 5th and I'm here in Tanjung, Balai. This is actually day 2 here. I crossed the border yesterday for whoever didn't watch the video before this. The ending of season 4. This is the beginning of season 5. I just name each country a season. Since these are like daily vlogs, it's easy to keep them all in one folder, and I just named the folders by seasons. So, yesterday was a headache. Getting across the border, I mentioned all this yesterday's video. It was just a headache. The reason why is it was pretty well smooth. The boat ride was bam, bam, bam. Everybody was getting sick. And I was trying to fight that sick until the guy in front of me started puking. And luckily I was able to sprawl out on the floor, get some shut-eye, which helped me. It's just the waters was way too rough. It wasn't one of those boats with two things to cut through the water. It was just one single boat, so you could feel every wave it was hitting. Everybody pretty well got sick, even the ones that don't normally get sick. But when we got to immigration, the last 3 people and me, 4 people, the system took a crap out, and that ended up being all the way till 8 o'clock at night. I missed getting my phone registered because customs went home early. They checked my bags on my bike and stuff. I didn't realize that they were checking my bags on my bike because they wanted to go home. So they all took off out the door. I'm like, oh wait, how am I gonna? Because customs and immigration are 2 separate they're 2 separate here in Indonesia. They're 2 separate departments. I'm not sure if that's everywhere, but so immigration can't do it for me. So today I have to go back the 8 kilometers that they shipped us to the other immigration office. But that immigration office, they had to wait until they were done with the day's work for those computers so they could use it for us, the last 3-4 people, so it was 8:30 by the time I got out. I was looking at sleeping in a park, and here in Indonesia, in Tanjung, Balai, it's very busy. It's kind of unique, the little I did see of it. So I'm going back to customs today, so I'm pedaling my ass all the way back that way because I'm on the other side of town now to get my phone registered. But with all the chaos and all the crap that was really trying to go wrong, there's a few things that just sprouted up that kind of correct that. It was it turned out to actually be decent. It just wanted to go bad so badly. Then like a little flower would pop up between the rocks and say, no, it's not that bad, and which was awesome. So although immigration took off and left my Silcom Digi from Malaysia, is like, hey, we noticed you left for Indonesia. We have roaming packages that you can buy, and since I still have like 90 ringgit on it, I'm able to buy these. I just bought a 3-day one for like 1 gig for 3 days, which gives me access to the internet and stuff for 10 ringgit, but so I still got 80 ringgit. I can get a 7-day package. Seems to work good. Even without a phone that's registered. But eventually I'll run out of that money, and I need an actual SIM card, so I'm going to go get this registered. So that was the flower that sprout up between the rocks and said, hey, there's still life here, So that turned out good. But then it was like 8:30 getting out, and the people that do advertise on platforms like Agoda and Booking.com, they're just shysters. The ones that that use Booking and stuff, at least right here. Here you try and look at their, on Google Maps, their reviews, and it's like 1 star, 1 star. They won't accept your booking through Booking.com or Agoda. They want 200,000 ruble, which is about $12. Instead of what they're advertising for $3 or $4, and that pisses me off to the point where $12 is kind of in my range. But the fact is when you're advertising one, I walked into the place and it was filthy. It was just terrible. It was And so, am I going to pay $12 just basically sleep in a homeless shelter? That's, you know, it's just bad. So I was like, I'll just sleep in the park because I don't like people with bad work ethics like that, business ethics. So, which is dumb. You know, it might as well just cough it up. So I posted a gripe on Telegram, and then another little flower popped up, which was Doug, and he said, hey, here's a spot that's only like 80,000, which is like $5, $4.90, you know. And so I didn't even wait. He's like, I tried to message him to see if they had a spot for the night. And I'm like, they're only 3 kilometers away. So I hopped on my bicycle, came over. Friendliest people in the world. That's where I'm at right now. So 80,000 is something I actually had in my pocket. So I had like 150 ringgit, you know, which I transferred into ruble. So that gave me enough for this room till I can go hit the bank. I need to get a charger. Right now I'm using battery banks. I need a different type of plug for the wall. I need to get a SIM card. I need to register my phone. So I need a few days just to get up and running. So when I'm on my bike, I can just go. And this spot's worth the $5 a night. So anyway, I wanted to have a sit down talk real quick because this is the beginning of a new adventure, new season, a new bicycle tour through Indonesia. And it's going to be as much as Indonesia as I can get done. And I'm going to see basically all of Indonesia. I'm going to try and plan out a route that sucks in all the islands and everything. So yeah, this one's going to be a crazy one. I got 2 months on my C1. I have the possibility of extensions, I think 2 extensions, so that means I could take it all the way up to 6 months, but you know, there's the rest of the world is also waiting. So just keep on pedaling, keep on moving, and see what actually pops up in life here. So I know this was a boring introduction. I was thinking about doing something more artistic. We're at 7 minutes already, which is a long intro, but since it's the first day of the new season, everybody's caught up. So out to the errands I do. That's where I'm going right now. So now I can do the artistic opening. Well, task 1 is completed. I got money out of the ATM, and now I'm just I'm heading to customs. And you got to take every event, every opportunity to get across the street when you can. So I was able to get to that side and back. I do appreciate the aggressive driving here. It makes me feel a lot better when people are not hesitant behind the wheel. So yeah, the aggressive driving, I'm good with. I'm an aggressive driver though. So anyway, task 1 complete. And I'm loving Indonesia already. going to keep my camera out for a little while, go through the market here. But I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go down that way or stay straight here. Because I don't think all these roads go back to Rome. Ah, it's cool here though. Alright, time to do a map check. Make sure I'm on the right spot. Well, here we are on task number 2. As you can see behind me here, that's the customs office I was told to come over to after talking to the officer. Now remember, any of these problems I am having is not, the officers have always been very helpful, very kind and stuff. So it's not their problems just because, so that's just the disclaimer. But going in here, they said, the thing is with me registering my phone, since it's the day after, then you're only allowed to register your phone free with customs on the very first day. They use your ticket, and the ticket actually has to be on that day. Any day after that point, there's a fee and taxes that you have to pay to get a SIM card working with your phone, which comes out to basically, for the 2 months, I think it would be like 1,000,000 ringgit, which is like $60. If I went at 4 months like if I extended it, that's 120. That's like 2 million, not ringgit, excuse me, ruble. So 2 million rubles. So yeah, you're looking at $120 for 4 months, 60 for 1 month. Then I still have to, and talking to the officer, he's like, and then you still have to go and pick up the SIM card and all this. And he goes, and you don't pay us directly, you actually have to do this all online. So like all the payments, so it's not like they're trying to get money out of me. It's the fact is this, it's like their hands are tied for when it comes to anything about, I was like, you can't, just because they closed and they went home, there's no way of getting around this obstacle, you know. And he's like, no, but he goes, I do have one recommendation, is don't go this route. He says there's one international SIM card that you can get here in town, and he says it'll be cheaper than paying the taxes and all this stuff on basically getting my phone registered. So he gave me the instructions of where it's at, and there's basically let's see if we can get that. I know this is not the best. There we go. So it's 8 kilometers back in the other direction. So I just came, okay, so I'm over in that area. That's where I was taken to. They told me to come back out here 8 kilometers because I was taken from, right next to it is the port, is the actual port that I got dropped off on. They took me 8 kilometers to the other immigration office to get me registered in. They told me tomorrow I'll come back out here to get my phone registered because they can't do it. So I'm out here in customs, and now customs like, oh, it's better for you just to get the international phone card, and it's right here. It's 8 kilometers back at the exact same spot of where the other office was at. And I literally mean basically where the other office was at. So yeah, so it's a lot of zigzagging now. It's ridiculous. Yeah, well, I can't blame it on Doug. The Planet Doug effect is too far away. Anyway, guys, these things pop up. I'm super stoked to have the room that I am having at 5 ringgit. So this is not stressful for me right now. If I was sleeping in my tent or something like that in the public park, this would be a lot more stressful, and it would just be, yeah, this would be super. Yeah, this would be the biggest pain in the butt. But since I know I have a $5 a night room, which is decent, which is actually a nice place, good food markets, and I'm like, yeah, this is just something I'll have to get through. So they close at 5. I might be able to get down there in the next 2 hours. I should. It's only 8 kilometers, and I'll try and do that. And then electrical socket, adapter, and I have one more other thing. Oh, and by the way, the bank only allows you a million a million ruble when you're pulling out the. So that's only $60 at a time. I don't know if there's a bank that does higher. That was the first bank I ran into. But from what Doug was talking about, it sounds like here in Indonesia they don't allow you to pull out large amounts, and that's no problem. It's just when it makes me more dependent upon banks if I have to, constantly go to the banks, and if I'm out camping, But it is what it is. I'm gonna try and get to the other spot and get the international SIM card. If not, I can still Digi, my old one. I can renew that a few times until my 80 ringgit that I still have on the account is gone. So, all right, that's what it is. And this is where I'm heading. All the way back onto the other side. Strava. All right, test number 2. It's completed. 28 ringgit, so like $1.70. And there we go. So that might be one of the last things I can do today. I don't think I'll be able to get over there to get my card. That's all right, because like I said, I'll extend my stay here for a few more nights until I'm up and ready to go. So I got my power source now. I can charge everything. And yeah, getting the test done. I know it's not fun, but it's something that's got to be done before I hit the road. Hey kids! Daniel! Hello kids! Hello! Hello, hello! Well, I stopped to get a, from Doug's suggestion of a spot that he loves coming. He recommended this spot, Big So. So I stopped in here to get some noodle soup. Which is cooking up right there. Nice, that looks good. So I got that. It's called Miyam. I looked it up, just means chicken soup. So yeah, I just ran that through the translator. I'm not going to be able to go down and do the card thing, but that's good. I'll just keep running up what I have left over on my roaming, and I'm going to stop and get something to eat. I said Doug suggested this spot. His is one of his favorite spots, and it's called Bekso Makar Sari, and I'll put the name down below. Ah, looks good. Oh, that's awesome looking. And I also have a cold tea coming up. Actually, you can almost see that. Let's see if I can get a better shot here, guys, for you. Not of my face, but that looks really good. And it's a nice little establishment here. All right, trying not to get you guys dizzy, but let's see what the initial flavor is. See if I can get a... Hey, brother, can I get... Yeah, the tea? Oh, sorry. It was already on the table. All right, let's do this. That looks so good. Let's see if you guys can get a better shot of this. There you go. That looks so good. Chicken kind of has a little bit of a, I'm not sure if that's the sauce or the chicken. Just a tight bit of a sweet flavor to it. That is really good. And then let's try the meatball a little. Oh yeah, that's definitely good. Thank you, Doug, for the suggestion. That was an egg, actually. All right. It's really good, guys. Anyway, I'm not going foodie on you. Don't worry. That's literally right down the street from me. It's a busy street, though. It really is a busy street. Where it comes to a T back there behind me, it's nearly impossible to get out there. Unless someone jumps out and starts to try and direct traffic like they did. But yeah, it was a really good soup. The last place I'm going to go for the day is Indomart, which is like the local 7-Eleven. And hello. Anyway, yeah, it's like the local 7-Eleven with a good selection. And all this stuff is right down the way from me at the, I'm going to get a Coke. Yeah, I feel like a Coke today. Which, 15 ringgit, so less than $1. Sorry, I keep saying ringgit when I mean ruble. So, $1 is about 20 ruble. So, and it's actually $1.20 or something like that. Is 10,000 ruble, right? Or 20,000. Sorry, that was bugging me. I had to turn it off. 15,000 ruble comes out to 90 cents. So, that's I'm trying to do just price checks right now on more of the convenience store type stuff. The food was really good for $1.40. That's
cheaper than Malaysia when it comes to the food. You know, and it was really good. And so now, grocery store, trying to kind of figure out what the prices are, but I'm not doing too much of that. Let's see, 10,000 on the Oreos. That's actually good. These are all prices that I do know. Anyway, that's it. I'm gonna grab a few snacks and go home and call it a day. Start doing editing and getting ready for tomorrow. I'm probably gonna extend my stay 1 or 2 nights. All right, I'm back from the grocery store. So I figured let's do some real quick comparisons on price while we're at it. I bought some of the very common stuff today. Let me get out the receipt. And I'm not going to do this all the time, but it's good to kind of do a price check. And I know there's a few of you out there that want to know how much everything is. Now, I'm not going to go very in depth, but you can do comparison shop too from wherever you're at. So I picked up some fruit here, guys, and these were kind of like a cross between an apple and a pear. They taste like pears, so I'm going to put them down as pears. These were 10,000 each, 10,000 ruble, and your 10,000 is going to be 60 cents and 60 cents. Some other things, I got the charger. So the ones that want to know what the electronics is like, this charger was 28,000 ruble. So 28,000, which only puts it at $1.67. So that's a charger. It's very hard to find anywhere. And this was at the Mr. DIY. I actually think this product's more in Malaysia. It is on sale, so that's also to keep in mind. Most of them were around 60 to 80,000 ringgit, so that was the average price for them. So 60,000 is about $3.59, and the next one up is 80,000. Is another one I was looking at, which is about $4.78. That's what the majority of them were, but this one was on sale, so go cheap or go home. All right, now some more of the common items here that you get at the grocery store is the Coke. And I kept the receipt just for this. I kept the receipt just for this. Let me find the receipt real quick. Okay, I couldn't find it because it was in my hand. Okay, so the Coca-Cola was 11,100. So I'll put it all in there, which is 66 cents. That's about 30 cents less than most places, and that's not on sale. That's just how it is. 11,100 ruble. Cheetos, because you can do a comparison price with all these. They're not, Cheetos at your store. This is a pretty big bag. This one is 120 grams. And the Cheetos was on sale, but the normal price for them is 13,200, which puts this at 79 cents for a big bag. So that is cheaper. This is a harder product to find in Malaysia, so last time I bought it I think was in Thailand. One last thing is Oreos. The Oreos were this big old bottle, 2 liter of Procure Sweat. That was the most expensive thing at 24,000, which is, this was only $1.44, which is, I would say, about standard, for a 2 liter. Most everything's a liter and a half though, so it's hard to find 2 liters anything. And where's the cookies? Okay, these are 10,900. So last but not least is the 10,900. These are only 65 cents. So yeah, they're about 90 cents or a little more cheaper than Malaysia. So food's a little cheaper than Malaysia here. The street food's about, I could get a good meal in Malaysia between $2 and $4. It does seem to be cheaper here in Indonesia. Very good food. My first impressions of Indonesia, even with all this craziness going on, I really do like it. It's a little down and dirty and gritty, but with very nice people. Feels completely safe. The English is not as good as Malaysia. Malaysia was awesome too. I'm not trying to do a comparison here. I'm just saying what I feel of Indonesia. It's harder to find establishments that are cheap, but this place does exist. Yeah, I'm digging it. I really am, and I'm looking forward to this. The next few months here as I pedal my bicycle through and do a bicycle tour of of Indonesia. So until my vocabulary switches a little, I'm probably going to say Malaysia, because the last 4 months I've been in Malaysia, or almost 5 months. So forgive me when I do. Just know that I mean Indonesia. And when I say ringgit instead of rupiah, just switch it in your brain. Anyway, guys, that's the ramble for the day. I'm not really going to do any more comparison shopping after that. I do say overall the food is cheaper than Malaysia, and yeah, it's pretty nice here. So, you know, but like I said, it is a little more down, dirty, gritty, but really cool. It kind of reminds me, actually, it reminds me of parts of Thailand, like northern Thailand. All right, even though it's still daytime, I'm going to say goodnight, y'all, because I'm going to jump off and do some editing and spend the rest of the day indoors. And I got quite a bit accomplished. I had, more than anything, I had a really good time just kind of cruising around to the other side and back. Although the traffic's very busy, I never felt like I ever, that I was going to crash into anybody. It was actually more of my style of driving. No one's really timid, but they're not like crazy either. Like in Vietnam, there's a big thing that they do honk their horns here, but not like Vietnam where it's like overloading. It's very respectful. Like I had a good night's sleep last night and I'm by the main road, and like you'll hear a honk there, a honk way down there, but it's not non-stop blaring in the back. And it's usually honked at the right time. So yeah, it's nice. Technically this is day 2 and I'm already enjoying it. All right, good night, y'all. We'll continue this tomorrow.